So today we're going to talk about how to properly unload and clear a semi-automatic handgun. Most semi-automatic handguns are pretty similar in their basic functionality, where the features are, where releases and levers and that type of thing are, short of a few design characteristics of each manufacturer. But we're going to be unloading and clearing an F&P 40 caliber semi-automatic handgun today, and so just the fact that it's a semi-automatic handgun means that it does have a magazine with a supply of ammunition. So the first thing we want to do is we make sure that we remove that supply of ammunition or the magazine in the handgun. So you want to take that handgun, and most semi-automatic handguns have a magazine release that's built in to the handgun. Most of them are located right here behind the trigger guard, where the thumb would fall. Some of them operate both directions. The majority of them are all on the left-hand side of the handgun. But that's the magazine release. So what was basically to remove the supply of ammunition or the magazine from this handgun, what we need to do is we need to press that button right there, and that'll release the magazine. So we'll make sure that we take this supply of ammunition and we'll put it to the side and get it out of the way. We don't want the ammunition to be there where the handgun is. Now, when we pull the slide back, there could possibly still be a live round in this particular handgun. So we'll make sure that, first of all, we're pointing this thing in a safe direction, that it's not pointing at anyone. If we did have an accidental discharge, it's not going to damage any property or anyone else. It doesn't hit anybody. So we want to make sure it's pointing in a safe direction at all times. So the next thing we want to do is we'll make sure that we pull that slide back and eject anything out of it that's in the chamber. And when we do that, we're also going to do another action, which is to lock the slide back, and that's performed here with this little lever here. This is the slide lock. Now you'll sometimes hear people call that a slide release, and that's actually not what its function is. Its function is to lock the slide back, not to release the slide. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our thumb and we're going to place some upward pressure here on this slide lock, and as we do so, we're going to reach over this, and you can also check and see if there's anything in the chamber here. If your hand's big enough and you've got a firm enough grip, you can actually wrap your hand around the slide. Make sure that you don't place your hand over the tip of the muzzle here, but you want to place your hand over the slide like this and actually pull that handgun back, pull that slide back a little bit, and you can actually see that there's a round there in the chamber. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the grip firmly, and we're going to reach over. We're going to release this safety right here so that we can pull that slide back. And we're going to reach over firmly with this. We're going to place some upward pressure right here on the slide lock with our thumb. We're going to reach over and we're going to eject that round. And when we do, we're going to hold that upward pressure on that slide lock, and when we let go, then that slide will actually lock back. Now if you look, you can actually see through that handgun. You can see daylight there, and you can see that there's nothing there. There's no magazine in that handgun. Okay, so that means that the ammunition supply is gone. Now if you also tilt it this way, you can also see in here, and you can see there's nothing in the chamber down here that goes that way right there. So this is now has been unloaded and is now cleared. And at this point, we can take this and we can pass it off to someone else. Make sure you do not put your finger or thumb or any other digit into the trigger guard. You can pass it off to someone else so they can actually inspect it as well while they point it in a safe direction. If you do want to store this firearm afterward, then basically you would just let the slide down. If you do have to decock the weapon, you can decock it and then place it in a safe or wherever you keep your firearm for storage.